超跑空气跳，平康天光，他超快到顶个没法掉。He take on 天光 pass it out pass out。一头泡高筋 ，fried rice 泡，康泡听个 was。Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. There is. Facebook doesn't like my shit bitch. So I have to not do the shitty shit bitch on Facebook. The shitty shit bitch. That's layman's. That's sorry. That's the more specialized terminology for the shenanigans and hootenannies and what have yous, so that I could clarify that for you. What can I do? What I want to know is if William Joseph Prettyman's ex-wife and the mother of his children was made aware of how much of a satanic psychopath he is, and that's why they got separated. Or maybe she was murdered and disappeared somewhere. How recent was this photo? 2020. Who knows? I went to high school with that girl. This is how you know that there's just constant cosmic punchlines in everything. This girl, not only did I go to high school with her, she was in my class, in two of my classes, in high school in Lee Summit North. And she and I and one other person who became was a bilingual dude who I think moved to California and became like a Hollywood something or other, like an animator or something, art class and some other class. We made a video project. It was like a knockoff Blair Witch video project. Not kidding. We had to, we got together outside of school, met up, went to the spillway over by the Giacomo spillway, actually next to her house, or her father's house, or whatever. And 30 years later, or however fucking long later, William Joseph Prettyman finds her and marries her. Weird. Fucking weird. Don't get it. Maybe I'm not supposed to. The wagey got out of his cagey. The slavey got out of his cagey. The situation is not supposed to go as it has. And who the fuck even knows? But I do wonder. I've tried reaching out to her. Tried contacting her to see, hey man, did you catch him raping the boys? Like, is that what happened? Or are they still together? He's just off doing the CIA thing. Who knows? See what happens, Larry? You see what happens, Larry. No, that's not what I was searching for. What I was searching for was an Asian guy. Funny American accent. How well does Facebook's search function work? It's not it. Oh, it's not it. Yeah. What's happening here? What's happening here? Hey yo, what's happening? Hey yo, what's happening here, my nigga? Hey, what happened here? What happened? Asian guy makes fun of Americans. Stupid. That's him. That's it. That's the one. Because it's not. It's not unique to white American racism to be hilarious. Hilarious. With accents. I don't know how loud this is.
Hey Bobby, look, I'm American. I think I'll use my credit card. Do you guys have anything non-dairy? Anything gluten-free? Hey Bobby, look, I'm American. I think I'll use my credit card. Do you guys have anything non-dairy? Anything gluten-free? Hey Bobby, look, I'm American.
Okay. That's fucking hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. And it's true. And there's nothing wrong with it at all. All he's doing is being funny. You're welcome. You're welcome. Comedy? Comical. Chicken fried rice. Bing bong, chinga chinga ching chong. Bing bong, ching chong. What if we go back? Because I did think of some caveats to my own position about the freedom of speech in relation to the conversation that I've been having with Grok as a demonstration. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason that Twitter, has a pop-up on their desktop web browser wherein you enter your credentials rather than having it formatted such that, like Facebook, embedded in a there's a reason for it. I don't know what the reason is. There is a reason. There's a reason for everything. Oh shit. I'm revealing more information. Shouldn't somebody in your situation want to hide his information? Okay, what is your take on that dynamic? The dynamic of, okay. And I'm coming out of like, I'm fatigued, I'm mentally fatigued. Calorie deprived, nicotine deprived. I'm not ready to take this on, but I don't have any other things right at the present moment. I could go into the continuation of the story that led me to where I am. I might do that later tonight, though. Taking small bites for such a weighty topic. Your analogy of treating speech like bathroom stall graffiti is intriguing. It suggests a kind of selective attention as a default human behavior, which is a great starting point since you've leaned into the idea of practical limits pointing toward human normative behaviors. Let's riff on that for now. We can circle back to the legal angle if you want. Here's my follow-up question, digging deeper with curiosity. If we treat speech as noise that people can choose to ignore unless compelled to engage, how do you see that working in situations where the speech is deliberately provocative or targeted, like, say, hate speech aimed at a specific group in a tense social context? Do you think the ideal of free speech absolutism, where everyone just tunes out what doesn't suit them, holds up when the speech is designed to disrupt or harm, even if it falls short of the legal incitement? I'm curious how you navigate the balance between upholding absolute free expression and the human tendency to react emotionally or defensively. The thing that came up for me, so first of all, what I thought to say was, I do think it holds up with the following caveats. One, humans are entitled to a specific amount of space surrounding their bodies. surrounding their own bodies in a public setting. Consider it castle doctrine via public square or something. 2, noise ought to be ought to not violate sound ordinances or cause physical injury. 3, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to go the full distance here. The full distance. Like the scenario that I gave yesterday was a little old Jewish guy sitting on a park bench in a public park, okay? And he is approached by a swarm of, let's say, 20 actual Nazis with red swastika bands on their arms and war drums, and they're targeting him specifically as an old Jewish guy sitting on a park bench because they're out of their fucking minds, because it's joining together in behavior like that it would be psychopathic. Not as psychopathic as the people who rule the world. Not as psychopathic as taking politicians to an island and, recording them having sex with children to blackmail them. Not nearly as psychopathic as that, but it would still be uncivilized behavior. Trying to picture it. Just imagine 20 Nazis screaming obscenities at an elderly Jewish man sitting on a park bench minding his own business. They're not encroaching on his personal space. They're not so loud that they're causing physical injury. But they are being deliberately psychopathic and maniacal and ganging up like a stupid fucking mob to incite or cause harm towards ostensibly an innocent man based on his religious freedom, whatever. Religious, racial freedom. Are they breaking the law? If Donald Trump were to have it his way, the answer would be yes. The answer would be absolutely to haul him off, put him in jail, put him in a re-education camp in Washington, D.C. Because remember, kids, Donald Trump is a fucking nigger. And there goes the 18 plus on YouTube. Okay. How can you delegate, or how is it possible to approach this from a normative social behavior situation without So if you're trying to solve a problem, because this really shouldn't be happening, but each person is entitled to each individual associated in this scenario is entitled to do what they're doing ostensibly and legally. The man on the park bench should not feel in any way as though he has to get up. In all honesty, he shouldn't feel as though he has to feel compelled to plug his own ears. He should be able to just feel the breeze on his skin and read his book peacefully. He ought to be able to. There is something about harassment, and it's not just harassment. I forget the laws. Maintaining. So, I think with the following evidence, harassment. Rules. Or other such municipal municipal code remains standing. I don't know. Again, I'm mentally fatigued today. Your caveats are a solid framework. They anchor the absolutism of free speech in practical boundaries that respect individual space and safety. I like how you've tied in the castle doctrine to a personal bubble in public, extended it to noise levels, and kept harassment rules in play. It's a clear way to ground the ideal in reality. Let's keep chewing on this bite. Here's my next question with genuine curiosity. Given your view that people should treat provocative speech like noise, to be ignored unless it violates those caveats, how do you see this playing out in a hyper-connected digital space like on X, where speech isn't bound by physical proximity or decibel levels? For instance, when someone posts something deliberately inflammatory that targets a group and it spreads virally, amplifying emotional reactions across cultural lines. Do you think the same tune-it-out principle applies, or does the scale and reach of the digital platforms create new challenges for no? How would you navigate that tension in a virtual public square? What's your perspective there? It's even less, because my position is, and I'm just going to say this because I'm going to call this one short. I'm going to call this short. Digital space is less, it is subordinate to physical space. And this is the most important thing that I have to say. This is like top 3 thoughts that I have to share with the world. And I've been saying it. Words on a screen. Your actual living, breathing flesh, the skin that is exposed to the atmosphere, the your nose, your sense of smell, that is exposed to the atoms and molecules wafting through that atmosphere. Whether it's bacon in the oven, or fresh cookies, or your partner's smelly feet, or the cat, let's just say the cat, or the dog, or whatever. The light that surrounds you from every source, not just from the screen in front of your face, but from the ceiling above you, the sunlight through the window, the sound of every appliance in your domicile, the music that you play. What am I missing? Sound, touch, smell, taste, and the food you eat. You know, the things you put in your mouth. What are you putting in your mouth? Even if it's salty, whatever you're putting in your mouth. And then your sixth sense, which is your higher smell, your third eye, your extrasensory perception. Yes, you have one. You do. Women have one. Women, biological women, just for the brain rotted among you, women have a greater intuition, a greater sense of intuition than men. But everybody has intuition. Everybody. That is a fact that cannot be denied. And if you haven't discovered yours, come do mushrooms with me. I'll show you. I'll show you how to tune your intuition. It is powerful, and it is your sixth sense, and it is not woo. It is not woo-woo, anti-scientific metaphor. You materialist creeps. Everybody has intuition. So, the world where all six senses operate in tandem is the actual, what Terence McKenna called the felt presence of immediate experience. That is the most important, the highest, most reliable, most consistent. That is the reality that matters the most. And more so, this applies, by contrast or comparison, to any digital or analog reality that causes you harm. And we went over this. We're talking about the psychological effects of the drug of screens. The drug. People who say, I don't do drugs. Yes, you do. Along with storytelling, doing drugs is one of the most rudimentary aspects of being human. Everybody is addicted to something. Sugar is a drug. Red meat is a drug. Screens are a drug. And I even remember, let's see if did I get invited, or did I receive? I don't think I highly doubt I did. This is such a fun pastime for me. I tried to join one, and nobody let me in. Public. Private, public. Public. Join. Visit. Okay. Am I in? Oh my god, nobody's posting? What is wrong with you? Get out of here, dude. Did it all stop? Did lively internet debates stop in 2020? Was that the purpose of that stupid fucking communist bullshit? I fucking hate you people. Okay, so if you have a group that has a public group with let me in. Where's rule number 3? In the form of an emoji. Let me in. Let me in. No. Let me in. This is not a dance. Let me in. Let me in. This is not a dance. This is how psychopathic this nigger is. He requested me as a friend. And then this says, I forgot about you. 2 days ago, I forgot about you. And there was a malicious link associated with it. Because the N-words at Facebook are in the fucking mafia. What I wish was the case, what ought to be the case if people were honest, is that this communist shame thing, like this, I can see the underlying, like, using social shaming and social shaming methods to get people to, let's say, cohere into a common set of ideologies. It's pretty much how human civilization or human societies throughout time have always worked, but it's like an exploitation of that, where you are required to tell a lie. Like the Chinese are required to pretend that their stupid leader doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh. They're required to walk around and not even say Winnie the Pooh. That is so fucking stupid. You are required to pretend that the COVID-19 pandemic wasn't a fucking sham. You're required to act like that shit was real, even though all of the exact same situation still exists. Every single thing that was true in March of 2020 is true right now. Yep. Well, except for some people are vaccinated against this. Against what? Which strain? Who is vaccinated against which strain? Yeah, you don't want to go down that rabbit hole, do you? Did you come over here to fuck off?
Yes.
Good. Don't get close to me. I'll stab you in the fucking neck, you nigger. Sorry, this is one of the guys. One of the gang stalkers. Okay. Booty, booty, boo, boo. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. I want to show the kids how to argue on the internet like an adult. Come on. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. You fucking son of a bitch. They're not going to let me in. And it isn't the people in the group, the 19,000 people in the group, or the admins that they won't let me fucking find. It's the CIA faggots who work for Mark Zuckerberg. The mafioso pieces of shit. Ooh, Corrigan. Hey. Ooh, weird. What a weird coincidence. Please let me in. Corrigan is an admin. Punta Lilo is a moderator. Hey, let me in your group. Let me in 9 year. Highly unlikely. Maybe I'll do it next time. But we used to get down with it. And one of my favorite ones, and I swear to God, this was a legitimate argument. The point, if just to recap what this group, this trend, what it was, and it's something you can read on CNN or anything. It's just good old internet culture stuff. And I did for a long time, and it was so fun. The point of it was a game. This is a weird hill to die on. And the rules are, if this one's anything like the others, the rules were that you must state a position that you are willing to defend. It could be something you believe fully. You could say something like, Jesus Christ is the Son of Man, is the Son of Jesus Christ is the Son of God, came to you could go full, deep, spiritual, philosophical, theological, or you could say something I would say is you don't have to shower every day. Absolutely not necessary. And the point is you have to defend. You could defend it for as long as you want, but you have to maintain your defense for 20 minutes. As soon as you post it, whoever's there to engage, as long as you're there arguing for 20 minutes, then the post stays up. If you did not defend your hill, then the administrators or moderators would delete it. And it was a good old time because what I remember, and this goes back to what I was talking about with the drugs, people doing drugs. Somebody went in there and made some really smart defenses of the idea, and I'm gonna tell you, think this through. Water is a drug. It's a fun thought experiment. Water is a drug that everyone's addicted to. And what it does, what you do with it, obviously you could go, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Okay, fuck off. Don't die on this hill. But this person actually ended up saying really clever things like drugs are molecular compounds, which water is a molecular compound, which facilitate human biological metabolism in a particular way, or are metabolized in the human physiological system in a particular way, and there are tolerance levels. And this person brought up a lot of really cogent, relevant ideas that were really fun to think about. And this is where this stuff is. This is bohemian stuff. This is ancient Bohemia. This is all this is. This is all I've been fucking doing my whole fucking life. And I'm now homeless because I believe in it. It's a matter of spiritual principle. I mean, I could argue all the way to the Supreme Court that I was persecuted not just for defending the First Amendment of the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America, but that I've been persecuted for my religious beliefs. Like, hardcore persecuted for very sound by other religious believers. People who believe in unscientific, unprovable, metaphysical ideologies, like a man can be born in a woman's body or a woman can be born in a man's body. Those are unprovable, unfalsifiable religious convictions. And I am being persecuted for my beliefs by people who believe them. My beliefs as a person who understands 7th grade biology. I don't know. Maybe this will come back around. Who knows? Who knows? Hootenany. Hootenany. Hootenannies. Days and there knows. I love doing that shit with my kids, man. I wish William Joseph Prettyman wasn't somebody who fed me human remains. William Joseph Prettyman of the United States Army fed me human remains and now sent Ed to fucking spy on me. You fucking quiz. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here, please. Please. I'm sick of looking at his fucking face. He's walked by 3 times since I started this fucking stream. 3 times in 44 minutes. Does that old faggot not have the ability to contain his own piss? Is that what his problem is? Leaky sphincter for being a faggot and an old man who can't fucking hold his own piss? Is that what his old deal is? See, I'm jealous. hurts my heart to know that a life with kids, with sponges for minds, are out there not enjoying silly sibbity hibbity jubity jew, hootenany funny words, having a good funky time with their dad because so in conclusion, in cyberspace, the principle of ignoring applies more easily, as well as being a space which is less significant to the total human experience of total human container of the felt presence of direct experience. Five senses plus intuition. It's a fascinating angle framing cyberspace as less significant container for human experience because it lacks the full sensory weight of the physical world. It makes sense that ignoring provocative speech online could feel more feasible, since you can mute, block, or scroll past without the immediacy of face-to-face confrontation. Let's keep exploring. I don't have the fucking patience. I do not have the patience, but I wish Sergeant William Joseph Prettyman had not fed me human remains. I really wish that was the case. And then summarily sent niggers to follow me. Ed heard me and turned around and looked at me. Get that faggot the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't have... I'm glad you agree, Grok. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you, as a robot, can mind your own fucking business. I love minding my own fucking business. It's my favorite thing to do. It's minding my own fucking business. This is how you mind your own fucking business. If it hadn't been for Cotton Joe, I'd been made a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Joe? I hadn't been for Cotton Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Wait a second. I wonder if I can do this. No. It doesn't do it. I can't do it. There's too much computation involved. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? If it hadn't been, we used to go to the skating rink. We used to skate to that song, and I had no idea that the words were "if it hadn't been." If it hadn't been, I until very recently, I always thought it was just gibberish, like "bit that beating that and I do did I did beating do." But it's legitimately like Cotton Eye Joe stole his wife or whatever. If it hadn't been, if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd have been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?